Install this monitor stand. So I just got the package here. I don't know who makes it. Chloe's ready. We're ready to go. So I'll just read you this. Single monitor stand, height adjustable LCD monitor, desk mount, articulating full motion, tilt, swivel, monitor arm, fits 13 to 27 inch. Computer screens hold up to 19.8 pounds. Visa 75 times 75, 100 times 100. So yeah, I'm dyslexic, it's whatever. So this is the box that it comes in. It's called a Mount Pro. Can you see Peppa? What are you doing, Peppa Pig? So the thing is called a Mount Pro. Single monitor, desk mount, model PR3001. Who knows? Okay, so check it out. When you get these things, there's your installation instructions. They're really easy. Chloe's hitting them. What are you doing? Hey, puppies. So when you get the thing, you get your installation guide or whatever. You get this big box, you get a little box. This is the arm itself. So pretty legit, right? What's really good, I guess I should say, about this monitor is that, or monitor stand, is that it's super like, I don't have anything else metal here. That it's super sturdy feeling. Listen. So it's, I mean, it's probably cheap China, you know, metal or whatever, but it's not gonna go nowhere. It's not gonna break on you. And all you really gotta do is, this is the little arm thing. This is your mount. So I guess for all you freaking new people out there to computer parts or whatever, which again, I don't think there's that many, but you have to make sure that your monitor is able to put one of these mounts on it. I would imagine most can. When you pull this little piece out, this is what this goes onto, this piece. Probably goes without saying, but again, the part with the hole is the bottom. And then the part that's capped off is the top. I feel like that, again, makes a lot of sense. And then it just goes like that. If you can, I don't know if it's far enough back that you can see it, but it just goes like that. So, and a few other little things. This is a base plate. You don't need to use all this stuff. There's your little, all your screws and things. And yeah, so you kind of just follow the instructions. I don't know, I'm probably not doing any better than the actual instructions would. It's pretty easy to tell, but you want them to be flush, right? So you're gonna use these C screws. And they're really the only ones that would make sense to go onto this anyway. So, because you can see these screws are like, they're angled or whatever. These holes are angled so it fits like flush. So I don't, maybe that's just me. Again, I feel like that's a common sense thing. Test fit. Yep. So then that's more or less it. Then you just screw it in there like that. So no big deal there. So now I'm gonna unplug the monitor and we'll get the VESA mount or this mount on there and then go from there. And then I'll show you what it looks like. I'm gonna drill a hole. I'll show you what drill bit I'm gonna use to drill the hole. So I just wanted to point out that, you know, I'm using this, but it's never really a good idea to use the drills on stuff like this that you could strip the poop out of. So if I had a screwdriver around, or if I wasn't lazy and would go down to the basement, I would go get a screwdriver. So hopefully this goes good, but it's easy to mess these up if you use the screws up if you use a drill, just saying. So whenever you're putting your VESA mount on, there's my screws there. This top little guy is gonna be with the little lip. If you look at it, it's got a little lippy. That's gonna be the top. So put that at the top of the, top's up here. That's at the top, you get what I'm saying. because the stand will slide in there. This little piece, see that little thingy? It slides into that hole. And then these little slides slide into these little sleeves there. And then there's this part right here that catches just like that on the back. So it goes right in there. Okay, I just showed you like that. That would have been way easier. So that's how it sits without it falling. Can you see the little feet that catch? Probably not. Lighting's horrible. See the little feet? So that way it's not gonna fall off. Anyway, on to the next thing. So I'm gonna put this on and then we'll drill a hole for the table. So we're gonna pop that on, then we'll be back. All right, so the hole saw that I'm gonna be using, I think this is called a hole saw. It's 2 3/8 or 60 millimeter. It's gonna be plenty enough for, I'll show you. It'll be plenty enough for this because there's you know, plenty to hang over on both sides. The reason why I'm using this size in particular, you could probably get away with 1.5 inch hole saw or just a drill bit that's 1.5 inch wide. The reason why I'm using this is because I want to run my power and my DisplayPort cable through this hole, and anything under like 1.25 inches, you can do one cord maybe at 1 inch, but anything under 1.25 inches is really hard. So I just use this. It's easy, just drop them down, and plus there's plenty of room left, so there's no reason not to. So unless you just don't want big holes in your desk, if you're thinking about moving these around, one thing to keep in mind is this is like the 5th different arrangement that I've had. So I'll drill a hole and then I'll show you these filled in ones. Those used to be where the cables came in and out of before I got these mounts. So it's ever changing for me, at least. If you're good and you usually can put something down and just keep it there or whatever, then good on you, but I'm not like that. I like to move my stuff around and like make it perfect exactly how I want it. So just something to think about when you're putting permanent holes in the desk. I built this one. I'm pretty sure I already said that, but if I want to replace that back board, it'll cost me like $12 or $15. I don't think 2x12x8s are really that expensive from what I remember. At the very most, 20 bucks. So it wouldn't really, it doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna get it how I want it, and then I'll buy another board later or whatever if it's too mangled. So anyway, drill the hole. Alrighty, so what I did was I kind of just guessed. I know I should probably take this off and measure exactly where that hole is, but you can move this around because the base of this plate really can move. It's just held by that centerpiece, or this, it's limited by this. So if that's in there, inside of the circle, I can move left or right, like a solid inch, or maybe a 3/4 inch. So anyway, I'm gonna zap it right here, stick that right there, and then I'll get the other one in here, and then I'll measure. You know, this one's got about 2 inches until the edge of the table. I'll make sure this one's 2 inches from the edge of the table, and then I'll both measure them for the center of this and make sure they're exactly the same. And then once that's good, then we'll be good to go. So I think it's, if you're still watching the video by now, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I'm super like sluggish. I like hurt my neck. I slept weird on my neck, and I went to the doctor and got muscle relaxers that is supposed to like help, I don't know, I guess like let the muscle not guard or whatever. So I feel like I'm about to fall asleep. So anyway, I'm gonna try to knock this out. Chloe's still hanging out with us, so we'll try to get it done. 1 second. All right, so there's our hole. This is our power for the monitor. So we're just gonna do that. And then before we put that up, we're gonna make sure we get our DPI or oh man, what is this thing called? This cable for the screen. What is it? DisplayPort in there. And then the DisplayPort's gonna go to the computer. We don't need this one anymore. This HD, what is it called? You know what I mean, the old one. You know, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna use it anyway, so who cares? So I'm still waiting on this one to come in, but we're gonna go ahead and set up this side. So what we're gonna do first is put this guy on. So, oh, almost dropped it. So all we're gonna do is stick it on there like that with the 2 wires out of the back, get it set up exactly where we want it, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so here's what the final product looks like here. I think it turned out pretty well. I don't like how I could see both the feet. I probably should have had that one over more or thought about that more with this one. But the problem with that is that these arms are only about 1 foot long. So if you see how this is kind of angled, I guess, it can only go straight. So I really could only move this over about another inch or two. But maybe that would have opened it up wide enough. But it is what it is. Now we're here. This is what it looks like at the end. You know, all your cords are back here and stuff. This is the second one. This second one, I feel like I had to tighten down a lot more to get it to stay in place than the first one. But it is what it is. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit. I think this looks way cleaner than the back of the desk mount, but again, I built this desk and I'm all about doing my own thing. So if drilling holes and stuff scares you, or maybe if you paid a lot for your desk, you might not want to drill in it, then that totally works too. But that's what it looks like. So thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.